Okay, let me do a sound check real quick. Oh, let me also say that FYI, yeah, I just see the notice that's going on the Google Hangouts that Google Hangouts is going away. Oh, let me also say that FYI. Okay, all right, we're good to go. I am not happy about that. I mean, I'll try out this YouTube.com/webcam. I'll try that out, but I'm not happy about it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, if it ain't broke, I mean, fix it because you guys been having issues. But that's annoying. That's fucking annoying. Anyway, let me just share this out real quick, and then we can get started. Oh man. How y'all doing this evening? I mean, this morning, or at least wherever you guys are at. We're just now heading to noon down here in Miami. Not Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I live in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, let me just do this real quick, and then we can get started. Give me 1 second. One second. Come on. All right. So yeah. I'm almost done here. Okay. All right, we're good to go. So, like I said, how you guys doing this evening? This I keep saying evening. Well, how y'all doing, man? Who 186 back again with another live stream. I don't really have much else going on right now. I'm about to. I guess I'll do some grocery shopping when when I'm done with this, and then get back to doing some gaming or whatever. But I figure I have some time to discuss just some of the stuff that I wanted to discuss today. I'll get to the main topic in the uh you know later on. I just want to give my quick thoughts on E3 in general. I thought the whole event was trash, top to bottom. I know some people said that Square Enix had a great show. They showed off Final Fantasy VII remake and stuff like that. Or people said Nintendo had a great show, but let's be frank. For some people, all Nintendo had to do was show a JPEG, and people were just all over themselves when it comes to Nintendo. Um, me personally, I looked at all. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch every conference. Frankly, the only conference I watched was Microsoft's, and that one was fine. But just like reading up all the summaries of Ubisoft and EA and all the others. I mean, there was nothing that jumped out the page for me. There was nothing that really that I was excited to play this year or next year. Now, obviously, there are games that are coming out like Gears of War and Halo Infinite that I'm excited to play, but we didn't really get any relevant news out of either one of those either one of those games. You know what I mean? And I didn't see anything interesting from EA. Um, Ubisoft, I really didn't see anything interesting from Ubisoft. You know what I mean? I didn't care this year. I'm looking at I'm just watching all the trailers and stuff like that. And even with the what's that game called? Avengers trailer. I wasn't that shit didn't show me anything unique. The only thing that it showed me was that the only thing that I saw from that trailer is that the voice acting is gonna be annoying as shit and the dialogue gonna be annoying as shit. Hopefully they change that. Obviously they have time to change that. But that shit didn't do that shit didn't impress me at all. Did not impress me at all. Like the only I guess if I had to pick the game of E3, for me it would probably be Cyberpunk. And I'm not I don't really give a shit about CD Project Red. I didn't care about The Witcher. And I don't normally Cyberpunk is not my type of game, but it was really the only game that I saw that looked interesting. Everything else was just, I mean, didn't do it for me. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't interested. And just Obviously, it's just my opinion. You know, what I mean, it's not really. None of the games I saw were really my particular taste and everything like that. I get that, but I just wasn't thrilled with this year's E3, man. Like, I didn't see anything that was anything worth 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 discussing. In my opinion, no, like, I didn't see any new game that I was like, man, I can't wait to play that. I didn't see any news from any game that was like, oh man, I can't wait to try this out, or can't wait to download that, or can't wait to check it out. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. So, and then when people say, oh, Nintendo won E3, like, based on what? Based on what? They announced the game in Breath of the Wild 2 that probably not even, it's barely in development. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying, like, I don't get the hype behind it. You know what I mean? I see people talking up, Pokemon, the new Pokemon game. I'm like, man, fuck Pokemon. I don't give a shit about Pokemon. I'll say this: Asteroid Chain. I think that's what it's called. Astral Chain or whatever. That looks interesting, but still, it has that samey, platinum game type look and feel to it that I'm not interested in. But I don't know. I don't know much about that. And like, overall, like, I just look at all this and I'm like, man, I'm not impressed with nothing I saw. Nothing I heard about, nothing I saw wasn't I'm not I wasn't impressed. And I can't think of an E3 that that bored me to tears like this one did. Like, when it comes to, like, news and stuff like that. I can't remember one that was that bad. I remember individual shows that were bad, individual conferences that were bad, but like, when the whole show just shows you nothing that you're interested in, I don't know, man. Like, it just didn't do it for me. I guess we'll have to wait till 2020. I guess. Anyways, let's go to the main topic of the video. And this woman is someone who I had no idea who she was until a couple days ago. And she was at and her real name is Natalie Casanova, and her, I guess, gaming name is ZombiUnicorn, right? She's a popular Twitch streamer and stuff like that. So she went around. She was walking around E3, right? And she said that, now, her words is that 2019, she was pretty much criticizing the company for having girls dancing on a stage promoting an energy drink, right? That was what she said. And she did. Apparently I missed it, but she made a second video explaining her point. Well, she made two. She made three videos in general, right? She made the original short clip, and she made an additional short clip, which I only saw that until today, where she said that she wasn't criticizing the booth babe, she was just criticizing the company. And then she made a third video, which was a longer video on Twitter, kind of further explaining her point. Now, when she made the original two comments on Twitter, two posts on Twitter, people kept looking at her past, right? And as far as, in my honest opinion, I think she's very attractive, right? I think she's very pretty. And obviously, when it comes to Twitch streamers and stuff like that, some of them, how would I say this? Some of them use their sexuality to get noticed, right? Which is fine. Like, that doesn't bother me, right? And in the past, as a lot of people pointed out, she at one point she painted her boobs blue as a sign of, I don't know why she called it, like, body art or something like that. I wish I would have watched it live. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah, but she has that past, and obviously you can tell with some of her pictures she does. I guess she dresses provocative. I don't want. It's hard to say. I don't like calling women. I don't like calling women dressing nicely as provocative. But she does have some sexy poses and stuff like that she's done in her past. So a lot of people would jump to the conclusion, and some of them could be right, that that she's kind of doing the same thing that the booth babes are doing, right? And that's been pointed out to her in pretty much all she's done over the past few days has been blocking people. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I follow on Twitter and YouTube who she's blocked for people pointing out this hypocrisy, this apparent hypocrisy. Now, and I didn't tag her because because I mean, frankly, I mean, she probably would have seen it because she's been blocking so many people. But I made a point where I told this story a long time ago, right? This is like, oh man, I want to say it had to be close to 10 years ago. It's been that long, even further than that, right? Me and a couple of my friends, me and my couple of my brothers, my couple of my friends, we went to a high import night show, right? Hanging out, just going to the show, do it because one of my friends is big into cars, right? He's a huge car head, right? And I pretty much I'll be real. I only went there to see the pretty women, because hot import nights they used to have like I guess what do you call them, show babes, right? Like they'll be there promoting the cars and stuff like that. So I went there pretty much for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, so we were there, and then during like in the middle of the area, there were actually two things that we saw. One, there was this energy drink contest where like I said again, an energy drink company. They had some hot babes up there wearing like, I wouldn't say revealing, but scantily clad outfits. They're promoting the drink, whatever, having contests, drinking contests and stuff like that, right? On the back end, which seems to be a trend when it comes to energy drinks. I'll explain that later. But in the front of the showroom, they had these three Asian girls, kind of like promoting. I forgot what product they were promoting, but they're doing the sexy poses. They're taking pictures with guys and girls in sexy poses and sexy outfits and stuff like that. And the thing that really stood out to me was that the women around them, like I'm talking more mainly just regular girls walking around with their boyfriends or whatever. They were just giving them these dirty looks, and I thought that was funny. And before I saw ZombiUnicorn third video, I thought that was kind of the case. I thought that she was kind of just hating on them for kind of like being using sex to gain attention. Now, in fairness to Natalie, she never I don't think she never criticized booth babes. She never did. When you watch the first video and you watch the second video, like when her explaining it, she never really came out and said, "Oh, well, she never criticized them, right? She never did." Um, she pretty much just said that she pretty much just blaming the company for doing that, for showcasing them in a way that's provocative and sexy and whatever, right? So I take that back. You know what I mean? I don't think she. So obviously she said she wasn't really being jealous of them. So I take that back. Now her third video, she went into deep detail about what she meant by what she was saying. And the thing is that I understand what she's trying to say, right? I understand what she's trying to say. But there are a couple things that I have to point out. And I don't know if you ever watched the video or not, but for those of you who are out there, and the situation, hear me out for a second, right? I get. She said one of the things she said was that the gaming industry does have a history of demeaning women, and that's true. Like if you look at the past history, it's true. But the thing is that she's not wrong about that. The thing that she tried to explain is that if it was like if the whole thing was the same, right? And she kept harping on the fact that you had men gawking at these women, right? And she said that if this was like under a setting where it was more of a gaming company instead of energy drink company, she would have a better understanding. Or she would understand it. She would even understand that even more. Me, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. For one, it is not outside of the realm of it's not really that shocking that an energy drink would try to promote a product at a gaming event. Like for one, for one, like, energy drink. I've seen energy drinks promote to gamers all the time. Obviously, if you're one of these gamers who games late at night or what have you, obviously they're going to try to. They know that, so they're trying to cater to that audience. And obviously, when you promote an energy drink, normally a lot of energy companies use beautiful women because because obviously they know that sex sells, and they're trying to connote this idea that, hey, if you have more energy, you have a lot more energy to entertain these women. You know what I mean? It's obvious why they use energy drink use beautiful women for their ads. It's pretty obvious, right? So she said that she would be okay with it. Like, for example, she used cosplayers as an example. And to me, that's dumb. That's dumb to me because in some cases, like the women that she was talking about at the in the initial video that she had, right? The women, they were wearing short shorts, but it was nothing outside of the realm of reality that a woman would be wearing at a conference like this, at a convention like this. It's not. I don't think she would get kicked out of a show because of what they were wearing. At least for me. At least for me. But you look at some of these cosplayers. Some of the cosplayers are wearing far more scantily clad outfits than these girls are. So you're telling me that if the world was switched around and it was just girls and cosplayers doing the same thing, right, dancing, and then nothing. It was nothing. None of the dances were provocative or nothing like that. It weren't like they were like having a twerking contest or nothing like that. Definitely wasn't that. But if you tell me cosplayers were doing that instead of these booth babes that you mentioned it, you have the same problem? I think you would. You think that I personally think that would still be a problem for her and a lot of these other people would have a problem with it. I don't buy the fact that she harped on it being a energy drink company that she had a problem with that. I don't buy that excuse. I just don't. Because to me it doesn't make any sense to harp over what the company's doing when the main thing that you're looking at are just beautiful girls being gawked at by guys. It doesn't make any sense. She said that in her third video, she said that if the women were talking and promoting the product and they were wearing scantily clad outfits, she can understand that. And I'm like, and she said that if they were hiring beautiful women to talk about the product, she wouldn't have a problem with that. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Because for one, like, do you need to be attractive to talk about a product? No. Like, I mean, no. You shouldn't. Your look should not have anything to do with how you promote a product. It really shouldn't. It doesn't matter if you're just dancing up on stage or you're not talking. Like, I don't think either one makes a difference. To be honest with you, it really doesn't make a difference. If you're strictly being hired for your looks, no matter the context, I don't think that's a good thing at all. I don't think that's a good thing. So like she mentioned that there's something else that she mentioned that I want to that I wanted to discuss. It was the third video that she made was like 30 minutes. So I'm trying to remember what the next thing that she said. I'll think about it. I'll think about it if it comes up to me. But like I said, like overall, do I think that she has a point? Yeah, yeah. She do have a point to her main point. I understand her main point. The problem is that one, you can't really project your sensibilities onto these girls because at the end of the day, like if they're if they're okay with it, then it really doesn't matter. I'm sure they're getting paid good money, and she tried to say that it's not really about her, and like I get it, like like I get the fact that you don't want your past to be looked upon as a bad thing and being like, oh, you're a hypocrite and this and like that. I understand that's not a good feeling. And based on her opinion, I guess I get what she's trying to say. However, however, I'm sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Like, but here's the thing, right? These women, Devil Shooter, how you doing, man? How's it going? Thank you for watching. Right now I'm like outside right now. It's hot as fuck. But yeah, man. Thank you for coming. Anyways, so she goes on and she said that it's not really about her and all that stuff. These women are pretty much doing the same thing you're doing. Like you're using your looks to get attention. Like come on, like let's be real about it. Let's be real. Like like and it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is that they're doing regardless of why of who's behind it, whether it's the company or whether it's the company doing it or you doing that to promote your to further boost up your Twitch streamers. Both 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 entities are using their bodies to gain attention, and there's nothing. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think that her criticisms of the company, her criticism I think is misguided because she's making this claim that one, these women are just purely being used for their bodies, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, no shit. Like, yes, they are being used for their bodies. They are like they and like what is the, what I mean, all right, and like that's what they're being used for, and they wouldn't, and I think that a lot of them wouldn't have a problem with it if they weren't getting paid for it. If they were just doing it and not getting paid, then that's one thing. But clearly, these women are getting paid to do this, and under no other circumstances is that like somehow justifiable if they were just talking about their product. Like what the fuck? Like it really doesn't matter whether they're dancing or they're talking. It shouldn't matter. And she tried to make that into like a distinction. I don't think there's a distinction between the two. I don't think there really is a difference between the two. If you're still being hired for your looks, I mean, it is what it is. So and I know I'm still trying to remember the other thing that she said that I didn't agree with. Maybe if I summarize, I'll probably get to me. Like I said, I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue with her in general. I know she's gotten a lot of shit online, and that's happen when you make when you come up with an opinion, and people are jumping to your obviously you have a lot of Captain Sable hoes out there trying to protect her and stuff like that, and then you have a lot of people who are being nasty to her, calling her ugly and shit like that, which is not true. She's not. She's definitely not ugly. At least in my opinion, I don't think she's ugly. Um, but like overall, like at the end of the day, like there's a couple. One, there's also another thing to point out is that they weren't just women up there. There were men up there dancing too. Now, granted, they're not as scantily clad as the women, but there were men up there too dancing, right? And ultimately, like I just think overall, I think this is a situation where people need to mind their own fucking business. You know what I mean? Ultimately, like again, like the company. I don't think the company did anything wrong in hiring these women and men. It's important to say. I don't think they did anything wrong. Obviously, if you have your, she brought up the facts of like booth babes at E3 and PAX and GDC and stuff like that, and I understand that to an extent. I understand, but okay, you know what? I do remember now. Let me get back to this, and then I'll be done with this. Right? She mentioned how what creeped her out was the men staring at the women, right? And that and that freaked her out. My thing is this. Ultimately, like if you take the hey, what's going on, Titanfall? How you doing? How you doing? I see you doing your teching practices and stuff like that. Doing good. I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. So my point with Zombie Unicorn, right? She mentioned that the guys were gawking at her. Now here's the thing, right? It really doesn't matter what those women were wearing. It could have been regular clothes. It could have been cosplay. guys are gonna gawk at them regardless. You know what I mean? Like this notion that she said that the reason why GDC and PAX got rid of the booth babes was to promote was not to promote bad behavior. And to me, here's what I don't understand. If a woman is dressing sexy or whatever in front of a guy, right, a random dude, right, does that dude have the right to just grab her or touch her, right, in any way, shape, or form? No, not even at all. I don't give a damn if she's wearing a goddamn bikini in front of my face. Do I have the right to just smack her on the ass or touch her boobs or anything like that? No, absolutely not. What a woman wears, especially if it's within the guidelines of normal wear, that's not promoting bad behavior. What I guess what you're trying to say is that, hey, we don't want to encourage dudes to rape girls. That's pretty much what she's trying. It's pretty much what the guidelines are saying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, okay, so you said that she's a hypocrite, and it's hard to ignore, you know, her getting, because in fairness to her, she never criticized the booth babes. She never criticized them. But it's hard to kind of take her word about why they're there while you are painting your boobs on Twitter, on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, I get that part, but overall, like she's going on saying that the reason why they did what they did was to pretty much to discourage bad behavior. And to me, like that's I'm not saying it's dumb per se, but to me it's like what are you gonna do if guys look at a beautiful girl wearing a let's say a DOA cosplay. Those dudes are not gonna stare. They're not gonna look. They're gonna look. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. Guys who see beautiful women, they're gonna stare. A group of them are gonna stare and gawk at them. That's obvious. Like, it's obvious. It's going to happen regardless. So you saying that, oh well, these booth babes on one hand is not okay, at least based on what the company's doing, but yet you have these sexy cosplayers out there, and that's fine. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care if it's more related to gaming or not. Both are not, in your mind. Both are not okay. So you can't really justify it on one hand and yet say it's okay on the other hand. That's why I don't understand what her overall point. Like I said, if she wants to go out there and say that her opinions are her opinions, whatever, it is what it is. But if you're going to tell me on one hand that booth babes are not okay, and yet on the other hand, sexy cosplayers are okay, to me that doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, ultimately, you know, you know, when it comes to gaming, there's lots of different avenues and stuff like that. You have different types of games, different types of culture, different types of stuff that goes on in the gaming industry, right? There's many different types of of you know I guess you could say thought processes that goes on in the industry, right? And I get that she has a different certain way that she feels about it. I understand that. But to me, she's trying to do. She's trying to justify what she don't like in a way that is being backed up by GDC and PAX or whatever. And to me, it doesn't make any sense to me when you're trying to justify it when you're saying it's okay in another context. To me, either it's okay in one hand or it's not okay. And I'm not saying I'm not against cosplayers, and I'm not against booth babes either. I'm not against either one. Me personally, you know, I mean, if I see a beautiful girl in the area, I'll stare for a little bit and then I'll keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like I do it like most girls. Like, if a girl see a beautiful guy, see a guy who's attractive, she gonna stare at him for a little bit and then keep it moving. You know what I mean? If you not ev- you can't sit there and make rules based off of one or two people and that like that everyone does it. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have guys who gawk at girls, and I mean it is what it is. Those guys are probably gonna gawk at a girl if she was wearing a fucking fur. If she was fully clothed. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I mean, to me, I just think that her opinion on it, to me. Oh, let me try to open the door for my homeboy here, a little a Yorkie. Not my I didn't buy him, but it's my dog anyway. Anyways, her opinion on on the subject, it just doesn't. I just don't I don't mesh with that type of opinion, because I ultimately what it is just people being outraged for the sake of being outraged, when you have to go through all these hoops and avenues to justify you being not being okay with a situation. Like like me personally, like I don't understand the need to bitch and complain about a company promoting an energy drink using beautiful women, because one, all of them do it, and if like, what are they supposed to tell you about what their product does? It's a fucking energy drink. Obviously, what does an energy drink supposed to tell you? It gives you energy, right? What like, does it really matter if there's women dancing on stage, or they're telling me what the product is? I'm not gonna give a shit anyway. It's a fucking energy drink. She's wasting more time just just talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's an energy drink. Like, seriously, like, I don't understand what the big deal is. I don't understand I don't understand what her main problem was. Like, 'cause it's a company promoting an energy drink. That's all there is to it. And FYI, there are men dancing too. When there's an energy drink, they most energy drinks, they like to promote it in a way where there's a festive atmosphere. I've never been to an event that had a energy drink being promoted in the area, and it was just like, and it wasn't and there wasn't music going on in the background. Every event that I've ever been to where there's been a energy drink being promoted have always had music around it, always had a festive attitude. Why? Because they want to promote energy. They want to promote energy, and in a way, they're trying to promote sex, because frankly, they know who their audience is. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, I just don't. And her attitude is just more of this blame, like this culture of just getting upset about any little thing. You know what I mean? And to me, I just think it's to me, it's just dumb. In my opinion, it's just dumb. So my voice is starting to crack. So let me just get to my main point, right? Like I said, I don't have an issue with her. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't have no problems with her individually. Like I said, obviously, she even said it in her third video. She's a very sexual person. Oh, she had the pictures and shit like that. Okay, fine, whatever. It is what it is, right? My problem is that I understand what she's trying to say, but the problem is that you have a situation where you're just blaming the company for something that's not their fault. Like, if they're going to promote a drink, let them promote the drink, right? Like, it is what it is. They find their way to promote it, whatever. If they did a whole hum, you know, you know, if they did some type of whole hum promotion of their drink, no one's gonna give a shit. In fact, even with the dancing, I still don't know what the fucking product is. I don't know the name of it because I don't care. I don't drink energy drinks. I don't care. But if you have people who do, hey, you have to get their attention somehow, right? And I don't think that the company was out of line when it comes to the clothing or anything like that. I don't think that the company was out of line with the messaging. At least I don't think it was. And if you do, I mean, it is what it is, man. But, like, to me, there's no way you can justify justify it if you one. I'll be real with you. If you're gonna paint your boob, if you're gonna paint your boob blue, it's very hard. It's very hard for people to take you seriously when it comes to type of topic. And two, and when you leave out information like there are also men dancing up on stage too and stuff like that. So that's pretty much. I think that's really it, man. Like oh man, it's hot as fuck out here, man. I gotta go inside. Well, actually, I have to go outside and get some groceries. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Devil Shooter 126. Thank you, Titanfall Princess. Keep at it at Tekken, all right? Keep at it, man. You're getting better. Keep at it. Anyways, this is who we 186. I'm out. Peace.